Thank you, Vincent. A three-judge panel heard arguments today in Marilyn Mosby's appeal as she fights for her federal perjury and mortgage fraud convictions to be overturned.
That's right. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost was in Richmond today for the hearing and explains what unfolded.
Marilyn Mosby taking her appeal to the Fourth Circuit in Richmond, Virginia, though herself not attending. Following her 2 perjury and 1 mortgage fraud convictions in 2 separate trials, Mosby's legal team takes issue with the jury learning what she used the money for when she withdrew from her retirement account penalty-free, citing a CARES Act provision. Those 2 withdrawals were used to purchase 2 Florida vacation homes worth nearly $1 million. While Mosby claimed a COVID-related financial hardship, the jury determined she lied twice. Mosby's defense telling the 3-panel judge the information was wealth-based prejudice against her by telling the jury how she spent the money. But a judge questioned, it's part of the whole story, isn't it? Mosby's team also arguing the jury instructions were too vague, preventing the jury from fully understanding the proper venue for the mortgage fraud trial. Ultimately, a jury determined it was this gift letter that Mosby committed mortgage fraud with. The letter stated her then husband, Nick Mosby, would give her $5,000 she needed to close on the condo in Longboat Key, Florida. But Nick didn't have the money, and it was actually Marilyn who gave the money to Nick, who then shuffled it around before giving it to the lender. But now Mosby's defense argues there's no clear evidence Mosby was in Maryland when the letter itself was transmitted to the lender, and therefore the trial should have been held somewhere else. Prosecutors for the U.S. Attorney's Office told the appellate judges there is evidence showing Mosby made purchases in Maryland before the gift letter was signed on February 10th. While prosecutors say the jury instructions were not vague, even if they were, prosecutors claim it was, quote, harmless. The defense also asking the appeals court to allow Mosby to keep the condo she was ordered to give up. They claim it's excessive.
You know, that they say, no, we think the conviction's fine, but maybe you shouldn't take 90% of this house.
Kurt Nachman, a Baltimore attorney not affiliated with this case, says the judges are likely not going to agree with Mosby on the venue argument, but the jury instruction issue may be one they explore.
I think it's a long shot, but if, you know, oftentimes appellate judges in particular will entertain issues with regard to jury instructions because they are so critical and so important.
Mosby's federal public defender, not the one representing her here at this case today. Instead, she was represented by an attorney from a big law firm who specializes in appellate and Supreme Court work. I asked him if he's taking the case pro bono or who's footing the bill, but he told me no comment.
Nachman says it could signal the firm is playing the long game, potentially with an eye to the U.S. Supreme Court. Or more likely, he says the federal public defender's office may have tapped outside counsel to help.
Perhaps Ms. Mosby just hit the good luck lottery in terms of getting this particular attorney assigned to her case.
Either way, it'll likely be months before an opinion is issued. In the meantime, Mosby is allowed to keep her condo and law license while her appeal effort unfolds. In Richmond, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Marilyn Mosby's team says they will ask President Donald Trump for a presidential pardon, saying if President Trump pardoned the January 6 rioters, he should pardon Mosby as well.
To say that somebody who's convicted of possibly stealing their own money, I say possibly because I wasn't convinced, is not worthy of a pardon and has served her community by freeing 15 innocent black men who were serving life sentences for crimes they did not commit, and successfully prosecuting 33 corrupt police officers who were committing crimes against the black community. To say that person is not worthy of a pardon is just mind-boggling.
Mosby's team asked former President Biden for a pardon as well, but that did not happen. I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.